Burning some palo. Smells are so amazing. For those of you who agree, give me a thumbs up. Are you an incense person? Are you a sage person? Sometimes I'm a fire person. There's just beauty in the flame, you know? So before we get started, I'm going to ask you just to watch that flame. Actually, that is how we're starting. Just watch it. And then notice how you're breathing. Just notice. Watch it. As it gets smaller and smaller, your eyes need to focus even more. Your attention gets closer. Notice the breath. And before you know it, smoke arises. And that's how we can practice, no matter where we are. If you have something that you can light on fire, a candle, a piece of sage, an incense, just watching it gives you a sense of peace. It gives you a sense of connection. It gives you a sense of presence. And the interesting thing is, you know, the greatest question is, how are you breathing? I'm going to do this again. How are you breathing when you watch it burn? And do your best not to change how you're breathing. Just let the body breathe itself. Let the body breathe on its own. So go ahead and watch the flame. As you watch, notice how you breathe. Notice where you're breathing. Notice the focus that you have, the attention to detail. And when the flame goes out, we're going to shift from breath watching to controlled breathing. There's such magic in it. Oh. And then we get to smell it. That beautiful sense of smell. I have about 6 or 7 of these left, and then I will probably no longer be purchasing them because we're going to start saving the forests of Peru. It's a Peruvian wood. It's called Palo Santo, and it smells delicious. So I don't know. I've been advised not to buy anymore. So I have about 7 of those left, and so when they're gone, they're gone. So welcome to all of you who have popped on. Happy Tuesday. The sun is here in Virginia. I've been working on the course that we're doing this afternoon, and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I'm just gonna pop on here and just share what's in my heart, what's on my mind. And you know, one of the things that I've been really trying to drive in and practice is the conscious breath. Breathing for intention. So what I wanted to talk about today is why that's important for our immunity. So, you know, yeah, we're not going to breathe in a way that's going to keep us completely immune from any virus, the flu virus, the coronavirus, the SARS, whatever. But what you can do is you can start to build strength in your lungs. So that way, if that virus attacks you, if any virus attacks you, you can prevent yourself from getting worse. because strength in the lungs is so important. We don't want pneumonia to set in. We don't want that last and final stage of just pure suffering to set in. And so what we can do is we can take a stance now. We can make a difference today and actually start to breathe differently. So what that looks like is you're actually going to be breathing deeper and more fuller into the bottom half of your body, into the lungs, the bottom lungs, not the top lungs, the bottom lungs, using that diaphragm, that primary muscle of your belly. So for about, I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 minutes. Sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go shorter. I always say a minute and then I change it up. We're just going to breathe diaphragmatically. This is an amazing breath. It's anti-anxiety. It helps with digestion. It helps with immunity. It helps with focus. It helps with so many things. It just is an all-around really great breath. And you don't need anything fancy to do it. You need a little bit of time. You just need awareness, and you need the willingness. You don't need any other resources except your breath. So what we're going to do is, no matter where you are, if you're listening to this and driving, shame on you, but it happens. I'm guilty too. So don't close your eyes. You can do this driving. It's a great breath to do when you're driving, because what we're doing is we're just lengthening. We're adding time to the inhale. We're adding time to the exhale. We're shifting from old brain to new brain type of breathing. So sitting up straight, always sitting up straight. It's really hard to breathe when you're crouched over. Sitting up straight, we're going to breathe in and out through the nose only, because we want to boost nitric oxide. We want to open up those airways. We want to allow that amazing gaseous element to go into the body and start to awaken. And we want to get a deep breath down into the heart of our lungs, which is the bottom. Most of us breathe in the top and very shallow, and our lungs aren't getting a workout. They're not getting a pump. They're not getting stretched and massaged and strengthened. You wouldn't go to the gym and just, stretch your calf muscles, do 2 or 3 jumping jacks and then leave, right? You want to do that lung opener. You want to boost muscles capacity. You want to strengthen, and you got to do that with diligence and resiliency. So exhaling first, always exhaling first. After that, we're going to breathe in through the nose on a count of 4. We're going to breathe out through the nose on a count of 4. We're going to change it up midway through, and we're going to add 5. For those of you who don't have deep lung capacities yet, this might be challenging. If you need to start at 3 or 4, start there. What you don't want to do is hold your breath or strain to breathe. You want to fit that breath in that 4 or 5 count. So let's begin. Exhaling fully, drawing the belly button back towards the spine. As you exhale, the belly pops open and expands on the inhale. And then breathe out. Belly button draws back to the spine. Breathing in, belly button goes outward. Breathing out, belly button goes back to the spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. I'm only breathing in the belly right now. I'm not rising above my breastbone or isolating. Right in the belly, right where that diaphragm is, that primary muscle. Ladies, let go of the shame, the guilt, the hidden insecurities. Let the belly just loose. Let it flap. Don't hold it in. It's not about sucking it in. It's not about image. It's not about what we think we need to look like. It's about functionality of the lung. It's about breathing for a reason. So if you fall off, count with me. Just stay with yourself. Breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Isolating below the breastbone, just breathing in the bottom half of that belly. Your ribs, you might start to feel those lower ribs start to expand a little bit outward. That's awesome. Breathing in, belly goes out. actually force that belly button in and out, in and out. Really hyper focus the space here. Now we're going to move to 5. Breathing in for a count of 5. Breathing out. This takes some concentration. It takes some focus. That's good. We want to train your brain at the same time. This isn't just in a one-stop shop. We're doing lots of different things. Keep breathing. Guys, if you want to get ahead of all of this, if you want to start to really make a difference, really start shifting what the new world's going to look like after all this is over, you have got to learn to breathe. You've got to learn to breathe the right way. All this upper respiratory breathing is for the birds. It's not going to help. It's not going to get you where you need to go. It's not going to help you boost energy. It's not going to help you calm down. It's not going to help you strengthen your immune system. It's actually going to work against you. It's going to create all of that stuff that you don't want. So the more you breathe wrong, the more frustrating it's going to become. The time is now. We've been saying this for hundreds of years, and even more so for the last decade. We have been teaching and trying to teach people how to breathe the right way. And now medical personnel and medical doctors and everyone fighting on the front lines, they are telling us the time is now to learn to breathe the right way. And we have no excuses. I am a perfect advantage. I am at your discretion. I am at your disposal. Call me, text me, email me, reach out to me on social media, and all you have to say is, Erin, help me, and I will help you. And even so, I get excited and passionate and ramped up, and my blood starts to pump, and my heart starts to race, and then my breathing starts to change. My breathing goes into like 20 breaths per minute when I get so excited, and then instantaneously, by just breathing in and out for 5, my heart starts to decrease. I can feel everything, all the energy start to lower, start to balance in my body. Because it's instantaneous. That's the beauty of it, people. You gotta giggle at it, right? Because it's like, oh, meditation's so hard. I can't do this. Well, you're right, you can't, because to sit down, shut up, and just watch something is really hard to do. We have to learn how to breathe first. Sorry, I'm on my soapbox this morning. Just bear with me. I get excited about this stuff. This stuff saved my life. It saved my sanity. Oh my God, time and time and time again. I've been doing this for over a decade. Trust me, it's ebbed and flowed. I've succeeded and I've failed. I've tried this and that didn't work. I've tried that and this didn't work. What works is learning how to breathe first. Because I was trying to put that damn cart in front of the horse. I was trying to learn the chakras and get the tuning. And I was trying to sit still for 30 minutes every morning. And I was trying to be kind to myself and live into my affirmations. And you know, all of that is amazing. But if you can't breathe the right way first, none of that matters. It doesn't matter how long you can sit for, because if you're sitting there thinking about what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing or how horrible this is, then you've totally missed the point. Totally missed the point. The point is how do we breathe? Breathe better first, and then you hack into meditation. My meditation today is mind-blowing. I can like hack in and sit for minutes, sometimes hours if I want to. I could never do that before. I was a basket case years ago. My mind would never shut off, you know, and I'm not exempt now from that, but I bounce back quicker. I can snap out of it so much faster. Back to the breath. This is part 1 of the breath wave. Coherent breathing. Breathing in for 5, out for 5. Therapeutic zone. Breathing 6 breaths per minute. 20 is anxious. 12 is kind of like where most of us are. 10 is when that relaxation feeling and those those beautiful senses of calm start to kick in. And when you start breathing at 6 breaths per minute, that's when you're actually supporting your heart from a therapeutic place. You are literally building and teaching it resiliency. And what does resiliency mean? It means that when stress slaps you in the face, you can bounce back really quickly. I'm becoming resilient. I'm able to recover much faster and to move forward and push forward instead of being just debilitated and crippled by whatever it was. You know, like 3 weeks ago when all this crap happened and we're all just like, what is going on? And many of us still are. What is going on? But we're learning to function. We're learning to maneuver the new. And to make it even easier, to make that jump much more quicker, learn to breathe in your belly. Learn to count your breaths. And that will teach you to meditate. That will teach you to sit still. So my rant is over. Let's just sit here for another minute or two. For those of you who are still with me, I love you. Thank you for breathing. Those of you who are popping on and popping off or planting seeds, come back to this video anytime. Save this video. You can mute it. You don't have to listen to me rant. Just help yourself by allowing me to sit with you and be with you and help teach you that the breath is so simple. Once you learn it, it's like riding a bicycle. You just have to keep practicing it and you get better and better and better. All right, so let's do 10 more cycles of 5 counts in and 5 counts out. Relax the face. Relax the shoulders. Let go. Halfway there. 5 more. So that was 11. I had to get 1 extra in there. It's ironic because the more you do that, like right there on that 10 breaths, like I could have done 30 more, and I probably will when I get off of this live. But for those of you who are curious and you're not sure where to start, pop onto these live videos, get acquainted, get used to just breathing 5 in and 5 out. You don't have to be an advanced practitioner. You don't have to have all some fancy equipment or anything like that. You just have to be able to count and be able to be willing to try it. 5 counts in, 5 counts out. Fit those breaths in that 5 counts. Don't strain to reach 5. If you're breathing too fast or not fast enough, you're not going to meet that count. And when I say counts, I'm talking about seconds. So counts are seconds. 5 counts is 5 seconds. Another thing that you can start to work on as you practice is the idea of ocean breath, or ujjayi. That's where you kind of close off the back of your throat a little bit and you make that noise with the back of the throat. You can do it in through the nose, or the mouth works too, versus just silent breathing, which sounds like this. I have less control. Plus, it's allowing me to be distracted when the thoughts come into my mind. So as you're learning these breaths, learn how to breathe ujjayi, or ocean breath. And it's almost like when you gargle. It's like that. You can kind of constrict the back of your throat a little bit, or you can practice using the like put one hand in front of your face. Practice making that sound in and out. Feel the heat from your mouth. Then practice the same rhythm using the nose, in and out through the nose, and that'll help you start to learn that technique. It's a technique that's not required, but it just makes controlling the breath so much easier, because people, I don't know about you, but I love to have control of things. Like, to be able to control people and places and things would be like my ideal world, right? That's what I'm working towards and to get better at every day, is that to recognize that I don't have control over people, places, and things. But what I do have control over is the speed, the depth, and the length of my breath. And with that formula, if you change the speed, the depth, and the length, you can have total control of your emotions. You can have total control over your pain. You can have total control over your digestion system. You can totally have control over the way you go to the bathroom, the way that you have sex. It's just like everything that you touch, everything that you do, you can make it 10 times better, either on the pleasure side or better on the pain side, if you learn to manage the intensities, the rates, the speeds, the depths of your breath. So for example, if I'm feeling sluggish and I'm tired, I can use mouth breathing and speeding up the way that I breathe to boost energy, to get electricity flowing through my body. And I can just keep doing that, and all of a sudden, if you wear heart rate monitors, you can watch your pulse rise and fall as you speed up or as you slow down. So you can keep that circle going in connection with balance. So 5 counts in, 5 counts out. If you breathe in and then extend the exhale by double, you're really kind of putting yourself into that calm, relaxing, balanced space. So there's lots of different formulas. There's lots of different ways to play with it. For those of you who don't know, we have a breath course going on right now. So we're going to launch another one next month. It's every Tuesday at 2 p.m. for about 90 minutes. And we go through the basics, the foundations, the fundamentals of learning how to breathe the right way. Breath work is a powerful, powerful resource. Integrative breath work is a way where you can really tap into the energetic molecules of your being. This actually, breath mastery, comes before that. And it's really about learning how to live and breathe every day in your life the right way. Breathing for performance, breathing for function, breathing for endurance, breathing for pain, breathing for immunity, breathing for love, breathing for light. You can breathe for anything. And so if you just tune into the basics. So next Tuesday at 10 a.m., tap back in. We're probably going to breathe the same way, but I'm going to add a whole nother spin to it. Because guys, there's hundreds of ways to breathe, but you have to learn to breathe in a way that's going to be functional. And if you can't start with the basics, then the advanced stuff doesn't matter, because we're always going to have to come back to that basic breath. So thank you all, everyone who tuned in. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for tuning in as well. Save this video, tag it, save it, download it. And I look forward to just keep teaching and to keep breathing and to keep, creating this life of awareness and consciousness one breath at a time, because for right now, life is not getting easier. Life is, it's getting more real, it's getting more manageable, but it's not getting easier. Like every day we're faced with new numbers, we're faced with new challenges, we're faced with new reasons to feel defeated. And when you tap into, like, remember when they used to tell us, like, so many years ago, like, you got to be mindful, you got to be present. Well, how do you do that? How do you get mindful and how do you get present? The breath is the one thing that brings you back to the only thing that's present, which is your body. So we use the breath to tune into the body. Sonia, thank you so much for staying and sticking with me. I'm grateful that you're learning. And, I know you have been a model of athleticism and fitness and light for many years, and just know that there is so many different breath techniques to tap into how to run faster, run longer, lift stronger, lift bigger. There's just so many things and ways that the breath can partner with you on, no matter where you are. It's not always just about functionality. That's the basics, that's the beginning. But then once you learn the function of the foundation, so much is possible. So, sending you all lots of love and light today. Happy Tuesday. Breathe consciously as much as you can today. Every hour and a half, tune in and ask yourself, how am I breathing? For like the first minute to 3 minutes, and then change your breath for like the next 3 to 4 minutes. So every couple hours, do like 3 to 7 minutes of breath awareness and breath consciousness. Breath awareness, breath consciousness. How is my body breathing me? And then you take over control, and then you start to breathe the breath that you know is right, is functional, is healthy, and is whole. So thanks for tuning into A Breath of Wellness. Lots of love.